And we're back on. Okay. Um, yeah, you know what? I was actually talking about this with my girlfriend yesterday. With the whole Wi-Fi thing, I forget how we started talking about this, but like I wanted to ask you because you kind of know more about this stuff than I do. Um, you know how like you run things off of Wi-Fi in the air, like you just get a signal,
Right.
like in the air. Well, we have Comcast, and we have the Comcast, modem or router, whatever you want to call it, and we use the Wi-Fi for our laptops, our cell phones, all that stuff. Since Wi-Fi is in the air, if we were to take out the Comcast thing out of our apartment and just have no Comcast modem, no Comcast router, nothing, just TV and phone, could we still get Wi-Fi?
No, only because you need to have some type of provider to because all the Wi-Fi is doing is taking what normally would be your internet to a computer and just broadcasting it within a range of wherever the router's at. Like if you're in you're in a house or an apartment,
Apartment,
two floor or single.
single.
Yeah, usually depending on where you live, if they know it's an apartment, they'll send you a router that's only power enough to work within an apartment area.
Okay.
Whereas in a house, it's a different type of router. There's three types of routers: the G, N, and some other one. I forgot the other one, but each one has a different power band. So, the more advanced one that can, stream like multiple items and blah 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 blah. You need a relatively decent internet connection to keep up with it.
Okay.
It's the same concept as if you have, like me and you both have the same phone, like the same service.
Yeah.
But if like 100 people were on one tower, I mean, well, you need probably multiple people, but if like thousands of people were on that one tower, you'll notice that a lot of things will start acting up. Calls will be getting dropped. Internet will be sluggish as shit. Text messages might not get to that person because like certain things will just be in limbo. So if you were to remove Comcast entirely from the equation, you wouldn't really have a formal way to have your internet be broadcast through your Wi-Fi router at all.
But
You
then,
need
but how does it work though? Like if you're out on the street, you can get a signal to your computer and your cell phone like that.
because a lot of depending on what it is, you're picking up other people's signals from you. Like there's some open air signal ones. Like I know in Philly they have Xfinity, which is Comcast,
Yeah.
but there's in certain locations like McDonald's or the subway. You can link right up to it. Like even separate buses now have Wi-Fi built right into every single bus.
Do they?
Yeah, every bus has Wi-Fi in it, but it's locked.
Oh.
I think they're just giving the test run right now because a lot of the data, like far as their cameras and certain things on the bus, are all Wi-Fi and DVR enabled. So you need to be able to tap into a bus in live time in case there's an incident happening.
Oh, I see.
Like, and even the trains have Wi-Fi. Oddly enough, like in New York City, there's mainly just Manhattan right now.
Yeah.
I know Verizon and AT&T can do it with no problem, but like underground, for instance, you can actually still go online because they do have routers and some that are like prime, like close. The closer you are to Times Square, the better it works, basically.
Oh, so
Um,
so if my girlfriend and I get rid of our Comcast thing, we won't have Wi-Fi at all because we actually like need their.
yeah, you need your own personal router because you might pick up somebody like your neighbor's signal or somebody else's signal, even if there's a nearby service tower that offers Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You still might pick it up, but it might be like again sluggish. There's no telling. And the thing about, I'm assuming that your Wi-Fi is secured, like
I guess so.
password enabled.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, you need a password.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you want it to be. A lot of people who use Wi-Fi, open Wi-Fi, and it's rare, but you run a risk of having certain information broadcast out open and somebody can intercept it. I don't know the likelihood of it being that serious or how probable it can happen, but there have been some cases where people would do certain transactions or certain things on their mobile phone or laptop or tablet, whatever you might have, and somebody nearby could be intercepting it. But it's not on some like, you know, James Bond type shit where they can be in the car 5 blocks away and pick up everything you just sent, like,
Yeah.
play by play. I don't think it's that deep. It's more along they can tap into your signal relay and then, basically take a transmit. It's like a, how do I say it? like a transmission feed, like an alarm.
Yeah.
If you get the FM transmitter, the actual FM transmitter, because sometimes with cell phones, for instance, is a good example. Every time you call me or I call you or you call somebody, it sends out one primary signal, but when that other person picks up that phone, the signal then gets scrambled.
Right.
So nobody can intercept it. So same concept, you know. If you basically remove Comcast from your whole entire equation, you can still get Wi-Fi. You just have to get another service provider other than Comcast to get your Wi-Fi to work properly in your place.
Right.
To answer the question, that's all.
Because we just hate Comcast so much, so we're trying to get rid of as much stuff as possible, but still be happy.
Well, whatever you do, don't take the minimal route like Clear or any of those service providers, man, because they're just as much ass as anybody else.
Yeah.
Like we try using. We actually know I currently am using Clear now, and it might just be the router. I don't know, but I'm talking about this thing is super slow. Like I probably am doing 50 megabytes per 50 megabytes per minute, which is slow as shit.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, 50 megabytes per second, which is still fucking slow. My phone by itself on a regular network can do 115.
Wow.
Just over the air.
Wow, that's pretty fast.
You know, so it's all broken down in speed. And again, it all depends on where you are and how many people are on the server and blah, 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 blah. All that technical shit.
Yeah.
But enough about all that good stuff.
Nerd alert!
Yeah.
Did you have any other thing you wanted to talk about?
I mean, no, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. It just, like, I'm just trying to sink everything in.
I know, dude, trust me, you got time. I mean, we got some time to chit-chat.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep my answers a little bit shorter and sweeter because I know we're pressed for time here.
Oh, dude, it's you know, we're trying to fill an hour here, so you can blab away.
Yeah, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm taking away from the show there. That's all.
No, because I'm interested in this stuff in the sense that, you know, I just want to get rid of as much as Comcast as possible and save money. But I mean, if there's no way to do it, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
well, there is one. Well, how long have you had Comcast as your internet provider?
Oh, years now.
And as of recent, you guys just decided like you just don't want to deal with them no more? Is it like too much to deal with, like financially, or what's the deal?
It's not really so much financially. It's just a hassle. It's you know, they do one thing, but then they lie. They actually lie on the receipt and say they did other stuff. You try to call up and their customer service is it's unbearable. They're just, and then you see and then when you watch TV, I see the commercials, and the guy shows up in the van smiling to the house. I just want to shoot them.
You're like, dude, where's my fucking gun when I need it, right?
Yeah. So.
No, actually, if that make you feel better about that customer service thing, I noticed that a lot of companies like Comcast, Verizon, like all the major ones who like used to have actual people on the other end.
Yeah.
They'll put people in like limbo, and they realize that people are starting to pick up the speedy way to get their attention.
Right.
Because remember, a lot of like when you call customer service, you go through that automated bullshit.
Oh, I hate that thing.
And they swear up and down. My favorite automated system in the whole entire world is the one that like asks you, tell me what your problem is in plain English or in your own words.
Yeah.
And so just to be a dick, I was like, you're a cunt. And they're like, I'll get you customer service right away.
Why do we have to have the automated service? Why can't we just have one person to answer the phone, and
I don't know.
And then you tell them what you're looking for, and they just patch you to that department.
Yeah, exactly. And the best part about that shit that really gets under my skin sometimes is when you actually severely do have an issue that you just can't let the system or quote unquote the website handle, because I love their like FAQs, and you go through them and like, that's not the fuck I need. I need specifics here.
Yeah, all that's junk.
It's like, what the hell? Like, I'm telling you, man, give it another 5 years, if not, maybe later, but 5 years or sooner, this whole plan is going to be all automated. Dude, There's a place up near my school that is a 24-hour convenience store, but no one works there.
Wait, what do you mean no one works there?
Like literally, you go there. There are three. Well, there's well, there was three. One TV got broke, but they're like two big plasma screen TVs with a menu, and behind this it looks basically like a big how do I say it? It looks like a big trailer, but it's all dressed up, and it looks like a humongous oversized vending machine. But it has like necessity things in there, like your milk, your laundry
Oh,
soap.
you know what? I think I've seen that on
It's just
TV.
like it's really big in Japan and in the UK. They have it
Yeah,
in various spots, mainly on college campuses.
yeah, that's where I've seen like in Asia somewhere.
Right. It's just really it's like a quick convenient like vending machine, but it has actual necessity things in it. And
Yeah,
it's certain things that will go bad, like in milk and cheese and certain things like that. That's always swapped out after a week or so.
right.
But other things that won't, that are non-perishable, whatever, they'll be in there, and you can get like the same shit you would get at a convenience store that might, be closed. And they want to put more and more of these between like very high populated areas, like near hotels, college campuses,
But
things
then,
like that.
what's to
Because
say that people can't just take a brick and just break it and then just steal everything?
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, it's pretty well. I mean, well, first of all, the one I've seen, it's not on my campus. It's nearby my campus. It's not physically on Penn's campus,
Right.
but it's nearby it. But I forgot the actual streets actually on. To be honest with you, it's been like months that I actually seen it. But anyways, I don't think you can break it because it's the same as that glass they used for that 3M $1 million test. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube, but
No.
basically there's a bus stop and it has $50 million, no, $50,000, something like that, in the glass. It looks like a normal, like one of those display signs you see at a bus stop.
Okay.
And it clearly says if you can break it, like if you can break the glass, you can have the money, like no questions asked. And you
Okay.
see people you see people throw shit at it, they try to kick it, they throw their body into it, they throw chairs at it, they do everything possible, everything possible, and it won't break. So that same exact glass that's used for that display is on this vending machine.
Can you get like
You're
a
not gonna break it.
what if you get like a little tube of like gunpowder and then set it on fire, will it blow up?
Well, it's a combination of a resin plastic with the same laminate used for double ply windshields for bulletproof glass. So even if you shoot at it, you're gonna probably fucking do more damage to yourself than you are to glass.
Would a stick of dynamite open it up?
I don't know. If you need to blow up a fucking vending machine for some large stuff with a stick of dynamite, then you really must be desperate to wash your clothes. It's like, fuck that. I ain't going to school stinkies. I'm going to get this goddamn fucking laundry soap. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And then can you only imagine when you think about this is so much more of a better idea than just going to a Walmart, 24-hour Walmart, and just lifting it out of there.
Yeah, really.
It's much easier to go do it that way.
Yeah,
There's no one there but the people who do all the stock.
that's a good point.
I mean, you just get one of your buddies to distract some people and make sure you never go to that Walmart ever again.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You just lift it and just take it out.
Yeah, let's get a little 16-ouncer, just to do your laundry or whatever you need it for. Get the fuck out of there. Don't make it all. And plus, it's not like they're gonna really make a big deal about it. I mean, if they're Walmart is the only store to this day that has 87 lanes, but only 5 are open.
Yeah.
even on Black Friday.
Wow.
But I don't know. I mean, I just think that at the rate that this country is going, with at least customer service is going, who knows? Like, it's just there probably will never be people anymore, and I'm almost kind of a little concerned about it.
What do you mean, like jobs and stuff like that? Like it's just all going to be run by machines and computers?
A little bit of both, yeah. I mean, I think there'll always be some type of person, physically overseeing or manning the equipment or the technology behind something, but it won't be as many people, say, at a call center like for Comcast.
Yeah.
Where, if you need to talk to somebody about a specific issue, then you'll get a live person, and it's like, hey, I got this problem with A, B, and C. And then they'll, let's say for instance, they fucking overbilled your fucking credit card for the month, and you're like, dude, why I get charged? And even if they say, oh yeah, we fucked up, there's no telling that there might be a chance that they might not credit you back because now there's no live person there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good point. Yeah, you got some
So
kind of refund coming to you or something like that. Who are you going to complain to?
what's up?
Like if you got some kind of refund or something and it doesn't go through, who are you going to complain to?
Exactly.
Um,
What I mean? So that's just, and again, I don't think it would ever get to that point. I think in a situation like that, I think there will always be someone there for something like that. But for the things they think you're able to take care of on your own, they may not want to be there for that. Because business, you would think after all the time that they've been around, you would think by now that they would have a fundamental way to reduce overhead while applying common sense. And until this day, I have not seen one business do that correctly.
yeah.
And it's sad because it's like some people who have all this money and shit, you would think that you would have a little bit more common sense on how you delegate and run a business without killing yourself and thinking you're going to lose more money versus spending money to
Right.
maintain the business.
Well, the one job I always thought that we can't lose it to computers and machines is driving. UPS, FedEx, all that stuff. But today I hear that Toyota has a car that drives itself.
Yeah, yep. And they even have a program where they teach dogs to drive.
A program for what?
Where they teach actual canine dogs how to drive cars.
Yeah, I saw something like that like about a month ago. Somewhere overseas, a dog was driving a car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, aside from the animal thing, so okay, now you obviously heard about the Toyota car. I don't know anything about. That's all I hear. That's all I heard was Toyota has a car, drives itself. What is it? Is it like all sensors and?
Toyota wasn't the only one that did it. BMW did it. I think Audi has their own version. But yeah, what it is that it's what it does is part of it's sensors, part of it is road memory, and part of it is GPS.
Wow, unbelievable.
And the best way to see it in live form is a person drives that car for X amount of time on a certain particular route in normal everyday traffic. So let's say like that one Toyota was let's say that Toyota car was a delivery van, and it would drive on a specific route every day with or without traffic in various different conditions, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then on the first couple of runs, there'll still be a person in the car behind the wheel the first few times. But once the vehicle adapts to how it drives, how to stop, how to do everything correctly, then there's nobody in the car. And it's just new technology. So right now, the first...
So the car has like a memory. It's learning.
Correctly. It's built. Yeah, it's basically artificial intelligence at that point.
Wow. So all right. So once it's perfected and everything, they put it out, on the street for sale and everything. Now you want to get in your car and go somewhere. Now, when you walk up to your car, do you just say unlock, or do you have to, turn the key or hit a button?
Usually, a lot of the new cars have what they call a comfort access key.
Okay.
It basically it's just a key that has a sensor on it, and when you're in a certain proximity, it opens the door and gets in the car. Once you're positioned enough, you'll see an indicator on the dash, or you'll see an indicator somewhere in the car. Most cars are push to start, so you push that button, and the car will start up. And then at that point, I don't know about the whole starting to drive by itself thing because I didn't see the start to finish thing, but I'm assuming the premise will be the same. You get in the car, hit the start button, and then I'm sure it'll prompt you where you want to go. So depending on the route you take, let's say you try the car, I want to go to work. Yeah. And if you took multiple routes, they'll probably ask you, well, which route do you want to take? The highway. Wow. And they'll probably tell you it has traffic. Do you still want to take it? Yeah. You're going to be late. I don't care. Take it.
It's got, besides the memory, so it's got sensors in it. In case like a little kid runs out in the street, it'll just stop.
Yeah, it does that. Yeah, because a few cars actually have that technology now. Where let's say, for instance, like you're driving, you're reversing out somewhere,
Yeah.
And yeah, let's say some fucking kid and bad parents who don't know how to fucking watch that kid.
Yeah.
Let that little bastard run behind your car.
Right.
And you can't apply the brakes. First, the car will actually apply the brakes automatically. Really, it's not applying the brakes. It's a force stop, so it's like an automatic ABS, if you will.
Okay.
Automatic emergency brake system. So it just stops the whole car from hitting that kid. He might get bumped and knocked over and fucking scared shitless for a second, but he won't get killed.
Right.
But he'll be a little startled. And then once the sensor realizes that nobody's back there, then it prompts you to apply the brakes and then go back to what you were doing.
But what if you're driving and there's like, say, ice on the ground or snow, ice, whatever?
Well, again, some of the technology that this car, because a lot of things you're asking, a lot of stuff is already being considered. Like, for instance, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi, and I believe, who's the other fucking company?
BMW?
But, yeah. Well, besides BMW, but for instance, the whole purpose of ABS is to apply the brakes a lot quicker and pulse them to slow down the physical stop, to stop the car basically a little bit faster and quicker than you normally could if you just slam on the brakes.
Right.
Well, same sensor, same thing. If there's ice in the road and it detects, even if it's not all-wheel drive, even if it's a front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, whatever, if it senses that you're getting some slippage, from the front or the rear, that sounds so perverted. Then there'll be a sensor that'll kick in and automatically drop the throttle of the car, it'll just lower the RPM level.
Yeah.
Thus causing the car to slow down.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you have a better chance of pressing on the brakes. But in this case, because it's common sense, you never fucking slam on the brakes on ice. You only ask for trouble at that point. The rule of thumb is if you feel like you're going to hydroplane or slip or get tailspin or whatever or spin the fuck out, the rule of thumb is to take your foot off the brake, get a firm grip on the wheel, and kick the car in the direction it's going. It's like drifting, pretty much. You don't want to be a wise ass about it. You just got to apply as much common sense.
Well, now that we have cars that drive themselves, you know what that means, right?
Yeah, no more. Yeah, that means roadhead with no problem.
Exactly.
Is that all you were thinking for real?
I swear to God, that's what I was thinking. Extra oral sex. Because it's going to happen.
No steering wheel to fucking fuck up the mood.
Yeah, that's going to happen. A lot of guys are going to be putting the seat back.
Yep. So shifter to get in the way.
You're going to be driving down the highway, looking over at cars that don't look like anybody in them.
Hey, look. Hey, it is what it is. So,
hey,
don't get me wrong. Cruise control still serves its purpose.
Right.
But
well, listen. If people get away with it without hurting other people, causing accidents, whatever. All right. Live and let live. But if there's an accident or something like that, then I think the people having sex should go to jail.
Well, a buddy of mine came up with the best idea. She said that she wanted to invent something, which I'm afraid to say because somebody might be on this already, but there should be it's called a stupid modular in every car. Okay. And really all of it is the same thing. It's just a sensor that can tell that if you get into an accident, if it was your fault or the other person's fault.
How would that?
How would it know?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, for instance, I know a lot of cell phone companies are doing the automatic enabled option for you so you can't text when you drive. Once you're in the car, once the vehicle starts to fucking move, it enables your phone to receive and reply text messages.
The car does that. It disables the text option.
Well,
right?
Well, your phone, it's an application that you have to download for some phones, but newer phones that are coming out in this year are going to have it built right into the phone.
Wow.
So, because they said the rate of accidents that are involved in text messaging have went up almost half within the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So, basically, a lot of phones, if you get into the vehicle and you can have the phone on or off, doesn't matter. It automatically will open up the proximity, temporarily open up your GPS, which you can turn off, but it'll still turn it on by default. You can't really stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll physically put your phone in emergency mode, which basically means if you really have to text somebody, the vehicle can't be moving. But it knows, for instance, let's say you're driving and you get into an accident.
Yeah.
It knows if you're in an accident because the way the depend on, like for instance, if the vehicle comes to a sudden stop, or if the phone is thrown. Let's say, for instance, you have the phone on a dash or in your pocket or whatever, and it can sense if it's an accident or if it feels like an accident. It automatically will send a signal relay. All these, it's right now it's a test technology, but right now, like I said, it's one of those things to kind of prevent issues from happening. Now, once you stop the car, get out, then your phone goes back to its normal state. Like you can go back to text messaging again. But once you're in the car, and as long as it prompts you, it'll ask you, "Are you driving?" Before you get in. You can say even if you say no, it'll still by default will probably lock you out.
But how does it know like you're inside a car as opposed to like say inside a house or something where you're indoors?
Because it picks. It's a thing called trending. It's the same thing GPS units use. It can tell based on how fast you're moving and when it's called a geofence.
Wow.
Every phone that's been produced since 2005 it uses a certain form of a GPS chip in the phone. So if you can't get a regular satellite signal, it can pick up another one that's closer to your location, and it can tell based on where you're walking or driving if you're moving at a certain speed. So if you're walking versus driving, it knows the difference based on how fast your track is.
What if you're running?
Average person can run less. The average person only runs about 10 miles an hour max.
Okay, so then what if you're in a car that's going 10 miles an hour?
If it's going 10 miles an hour for less than 5 miles, then fine. But if it's over, there's ways to pick it up. I'm sure they've worked all those kinks out.
Wow,
everything you're thinking of, they probably took that in consideration already.
I mean, well, I'm all for it. I think it's great because you got those dumbasses out there that it's one thing to text say, I'm right around the corner. I'll be there in 5 minutes. That type of thing. Because I do that to my friends too. I'll pick you up in 2 minutes. I'm almost there. But those people that have conversations.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And the best thing ever is when you see a fucking cop do it.
Oh, I never seen a cop text. Did they text also?
Oh, what? They're the biggest fucking dude. They're the worst. I saw a lieutenant texting in his SUV on the highway.
Wow.
And he got mad at me because I took a picture while I was driving of him texting.
Did you really?
I took a picture of him.
What? Did you put it on the internet or anything like that?
No, because what's he gonna fucking do? Pull me over for him getting caught texting? Where's he justify that? Where's your justification at? You have none. You have zero justification. He can't say, "Oh, well, I was talking to my boss." That's even fucking worse. He knows you're driving.
Well, what'd you do with the picture?
I deleted it. I just wanted to be a smartass that day.
Oh, okay.
Because it wasn't like I was going like 60 miles an hour. Like we were kind of in traffic, but we were still kind of going like 45, 35 miles an hour.
Yeah. But
still, you're still physically moving, and you're still texting, and you're really close to somebody. Like it doesn't take much to tap somebody's bumper.
True.
Because the wrong, because your depth perception is off by a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Technology, man.
Well, it's a crazy world, but hopefully all its technology will get the world in order.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I mean, they say there's a fine line between genius and insanity. So.
Yeah. But well, that's okay. Time's up anyway. Are you gonna be on tomorrow?
What's up?
Are you gonna be on tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll be on. I'll be on tomorrow.
All right.
So yeah. Are you off there?
No. In about 1 minute we will be.
Okay, because I was about to say I can fill you in details of what happened once it clears out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you want, you just text me or whatever.
I can do that too.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'll let you go then. And if you want to text me, and then I'm just gonna shut all this down now and put everything away.
All right, then, man.
All right, man.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, peace.
All right. Okay, that was Lee. We found a way to break through, and we're out. And if you're here tomorrow, great. And if not, well, then shame on you.
If you would like to be a part of the Dominic DeMarco Show or advertise on the show, let us know by going to DominicDeMarco.com and filling out the form at the bottom of the page.